What's up guys, Omar Isov here, and in this video today we're talking about something very important that I don't hear a lot of people talk about: internal versus external cues. First of all, definition. What's a cue? It's something you try and give yourself when you're lifting to help you out. So an internal cue is you're giving a specific advice about your body in relation to itself. So you'll say something along the lines like knees open on the squat, push your hips back on the deadlift, or chest up when you're rising up. An internal cue is focusing on your body. On the other hand, an external cue is giving a specific command about your body in relation to the environment. So I'll give you the differences. Let's say, instead of saying knees open, we'll say separate the floor with your feet. Instead of saying elbows tucked in, we'll say separate the bar with your hands. Instead of saying push your hips back, we'll say something along the lines of think you're sitting in a chair behind you, right? Giving a visual aid to it. And there is a profound difference. It might not seem like a lot at first, but really what it is, when it comes to an external cue, what they found, they're far more successful with athletes in terms of improving cognition, performance, motor unit coordination, a variety of factors. And the reason why is its ability to allow visualization and for you to really sync up what you're trying to do. Here's what I mean. When you give an internal cue, you really are thinking about one specific area of your body. So on the squat, it's like, oh, I gotta keep my knees open, my knees open, and then your back, you're not focused on everything else. You're focusing too much on one area. And really all the cue is, it's trying to give a small piece of advice that talks about so much. So when we say knees open, we're really talking about, making sure the hips are externally rotated open. We're making sure the feet are in proper alignment. We're making sure that we're landing down effectively with our hips sinking in between our legs. That's a lot to say. So we'll just say something simple, knees open. But once again, when we have to think about knees open, we're thinking about our body, and that inevitably will trip a lot of people up. If you give a visual image that's powerful, that's easy to visualize, simple, right? Separate the floor with your feet instead, your body will naturally gravitate towards the proper pattern it's supposed to. So instead of doing, my hip, okay, what am I knee? You just say, oh, separate the floor, shit, that's easy, right? Same idea with the barbell. If you're thinking to yourself, okay, my elbows, I gotta tuck my elbows in, right? What are we talking? We're actually talking about also rotating the shoulder, the elbow being under the line of your wrist. There's actually a lot of commands that go into just saying tuck your elbows, right? On the other hand, an external cue saying separate the bar is far easier. If you think just separating the bar, naturally everything will tend to align itself, right? The elbows with the wrist, the shoulder in its proper place. External cues can be very powerful, and they're very simple. They allow that visualization for you to succeed, to see what you need to do. And one of the most famous ones really is Donnie Schenkel. He famously said, when lifting weight or when weightlifting, you have to picture that you're ripping the head off of a goddamn lion. That's a powerful image, right? It lets you visualize that intensity that comes with weightlifting, and it gives a firm kind of picture in your head what you're supposed to do. It's powerful. Rather than saying, lift the bar really fast, right? Or move with speed. That doesn't carry the same power with it, right? So external cues are far more powerful, they have found, and I would advocate that when you give yourself cues, because you should be giving yourself cues when you weightlift, what to focus on, what you need the most improvement, try and make them external cues, your body in relation to the environment. So once again, the deadlift, sitting back with your hips into a chair, spreading the floor with your feet, elbows not being tucked in, but instead the bar being separated. External cues are far more powerful, and if you do this, you'll notice with time it'll be easier to coordinate your body, because all movements they're skills that have to be learned, patterns, right? You have to figure out with your body, and if it's easier for you to grasp it or your body to visualize it, it'll be easier to do. That's all I want to talk about. A little bit of a different topic, but something that is absolutely important. Shout out to Tony Gentilcore. Link will be in the description for really highlighting this, something that I've been feeling for a while, but couldn't properly communicate until now. If you liked the video, guys, that's it. That's all we got. Make sure to like the video, and I'll be seeing all my rascals in that next video.